Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. Hope everyone's having a good morning or afternoon, depending on where you are. Um, I see some familiar faces if you're not familiar, and as we wait for some people to roll in. If you haven't heard of us, we are Grid 110. We are a nonprofit focused on supporting early stage underrepresented entrepreneurs in Los Angeles. And we primarily do this by running no cost, no equity accelerator programs and providing free resources to founders whenever we possibly can. So today we have Vance Jackson with us. He is the CEO of NEXX Consulting Group, and he is here today to talk all about communicating your mission and your business's purpose in a way that resonates with your audience. So, Vance, thank you so much for being here today, and I will pass it over to you.
Thank you guys so much. First and foremost, it's an honor to be a part of this program, and I'm looking forward to today's discussion. I believe I have an hour, correct, Estelle?
Yes.
Awesome. All right, I'm gonna start sharing my screen and let me know if you're still able to see it and not 500 million tabs. All right, I believe that we should. All right, let me know if you're able to see my screen. I can't see you guys' faces, so you can give me an audible yes or no.
Yes, all looks good.
Awesome. Hello, everyone. My name is Vance Jackson, and truly it's an honor and a privilege to come before you today. We're going to be speaking on mission, vision, purpose, and value. It's a capital workshop that NEXX Consulting Group hosts probably around, it's about a 6-week course, but we're going to try to pack this in an hour, a little under an hour. And I truly hope that you will get value out of this presentation. Again, my name is Vance Jackson, and I'm the CEO of NEXX Consulting Group. And you don't have to read this bio now, but I'll make sure that this presentation is available for individuals through Estelle and the incredible team here as well, and you can read over it later. But I'm here in Detroit, so I'm on Eastern Standard Time, and uh, it's the end of day on a Friday, and I know that you guys are. I think it's right around 12 o'clock. So for all of you that are attending, thank you so much for investing in yourselves, investing in this moment. And I'm honored to be a part of your journey, your entrepreneurial journey, no matter what uh, stage you're in, whether you're starting up, whether you just have an idea, or whether you have scaled and you're looking to grow further. I hope that this presentation adds value to no matter where you are on your journey. A little bit about my journey. I served in the mayor's office of the city of Detroit for about 5 years, and I was a something called a fund development officer within the city of Detroit, and it was a uh, fund development or grant writing office within the city of Detroit. I was a social impact fund development officer where they it was unusual to be a social impact investor or officer or fund development officer within a municipality, because when you obtain funding from different aspects of corporations, foundations, investors, they typically don't like to give too directly to municipalities. But it was a unique and innovative role where we had the opportunity to serve on a 5-member team. And over that 5-year period, we raised a little over $1 billion in public, private, philanthropic, and social entrepreneur and investor capital. And we launched a series of different types of funds, from faith-based funding to housing to workforce development, youth development, community CDC, Community Development Corporation, CDFIs. We partner with community development financial institutions all across, not just in Detroit, but we have partnered with national foundations, national corporations, and also some global organizations that have multinational footprints around the world. And they came to Detroit to invest specifically in Detroit. And in that role, I had the privilege of using my background, I worked for a company called JP Morgan, a little over a decade. Little, that was a little joke there, but anyway, I worked for JP Morgan for a little over a decade, and I had the privilege of being a personal banker to a wealth management financial advisor to working in middle market commercial banking, where in middle market, I had the privilege of working with companies that range from $100 million to $2 billion. Inside of middle market, how the company defines middle market is 100 million to 2 billion. Different companies, different banks, different financial institutions, investors, they uh, uh, define middle market as something different across industry. We defined it, or JP Morgan defined it as 100 million to $2 billion. In that moment, that shifted my mind frame of how to think about a small business, how to think about a nonprofit. Uh, it uh, it shifted everything that I learned in the past, because when I'm thinking about entrepreneurship, when I'm thinking about someone that's starting up, I'm thinking from pre-seed or pre-revenue to okay, now we're looking at MRR, we're looking at monthly recurring revenue, we're looking at how to hit these metrics, how to hit these goals, and you're on that grind. And then in middle market, $100 million company was considered a small business. So I'm from Detroit. I lived in Detroit all my life and grew up in Detroit. And then I'm a first generation college student. So I'm giving this background because mission, vision, purpose, value is about your story, and it's about the depth of your uniqueness of who you are as a company and who you are as a person, and your gifts, skills, talents, and abilities, and ensuring that you're able to articulate that inside of your funding applications and in your foundation. So I'm spending a little bit of time on this foundation framework so that you know who I am, so that while we're going through this process together, you can insert yourself and insert your story inside of the workbook or the workshop that we're about to conduct in a second. Well, so anyway, middle market, 100 million to $2 billion. Before that, I served. I was a MSW. Went to University of Michigan undergrad and grad school. I was a first generation college student. So as a MSW, as someone, a master's in social work, I learned about nonprofits, how to build out nonprofits, how to build out community assessments, needs assessment. And it was in that moment where they said, "Hey, man, you're really good at finance. Have you thought about working for JP Morgan?" And I said, "What? Yeah, sure. I love finance." So I had the privilege, like I said, work a decade to work for JP Morgan. And then after that, worked for the mayor's office for about 5 years. So total 15, 20 years roughly altogether. And it was very interesting. My background in social work, community, and finance allowed me to serve on many different boards. So I served on nonprofit boards, community development boards, and other types of boards as well. It was in that moment where the University of Michigan saw my JP Morgan experience, they saw the mayor experience, and they said, "Man, have you thought about joining us and serving as a lecturer in the School of Social Work?" So to serve, to be a first generation college student, and then also to go to grad school, and then have my career trajectory and move on and do a lot of great things. And then for them to call me back to say, "Hey, dude, do you want to be a lecturer and teach social entrepreneurship?" I'm like, "Dude, yes, absolutely." So I teach now, as well as I'm CEO of NEXX Consulting Group for the University of Michigan, lecturer. I teach social entrepreneurship, fund development, how to write grants, and things of that nature. They also serve on the board of governors for the University of Michigan. So they have uh, a how can I put this? I love working for the U of M, and they have a monumental foundation in the framework of how I think about business, how I think about community, and how I think about global corporations being good citizens, no matter what communities they serve. So this lens that I'm giving you today is through the lens of corporations, foundations, community, and how to be a good citizen, whether you are a business or whether you are an individual looking to impact the world. So mission, vision, purpose, value is understanding not only your organization's mission, your singular focus, your mission, of course, will give uh, a clear, concise statement that defines what your organization does and how you do it. And vision is that forward-looking statement that talks about the future or the long-term impact of your organization. And the purpose is that it's your why, that deeper meaning of why you do your day-to-day activities. And then the value is that triple bottom line. As we know, double bottom line is the bottom accounting term where it's the final number or the total number. But then the triple bottom line is that extra impact, that value that you're providing. What makes you that X factor? What makes you valuable, not only to the funder that you are seeking funding from and the community that you serve? What makes you you? What makes you different? I serve on many different boards, from nonprofits to for-profits to uh, I've advised publicly traded banks, companies as well. And inside of the boardrooms that I'm inside of these decision-making institutions or in these seats, my voice is unique because I have a unique set of experiences that give value to how the board was already thinking about that particular deal, that particular investment, that particular set of business principles that the corporation or organization was already thinking about. Your uniqueness, who, no matter your background, no matter where you came from, no matter who you are, you bring value. But now it's about extracting and understanding your value and how to insert it inside of a corporate setting or inside of a deal. Inside of a deal. I'm part of angel investment groups, and when we do due diligence on different types of investments that we're looking to pour money into or resources into, that due diligence period, when you speak up and when you have your voice in how you see that company, how you see that business impacting your bottom line as an investor or your community, when you bring that value, when you bring that uniqueness, it shifts the mindset. And sometimes you hit a roadblock where others don't see it your way, but you're still bringing value. And you have to understand that your value may not be valuable in every scene, every scenario, and in every room, but understanding and holding dear near to your heart exactly, you knowing that you are valuable and you have value. So that's I'm gonna stop on my soapbox there, and we're gonna get into the framework of this mission, vision, purpose, value, getting funder ready. Most of you can more than likely articulate your business, what you do to a funder, to an investor, and you can sell yourself. But selling yourself is one thing, but articulating it uh, inside of a proposal, inside of a grant, inside of a RFP, and ensuring that your words and your structure reflects the value that you bring, but then also the alignment, the funder alignment of what they're looking for in a particular company or organization. So we're going to walk through a framework here. I'm going to walk you through mission, because I know that we have a ton of different, this is also being recorded, so we have a ton of different individuals from all walks of life. They're on different business spectrums. You have some that are just starting out. They're looking for a business they're looking for how to start their business. They're looking for funding. They may have never written a grant before in their life, but then you have others that are on the complete opposite. They have a full fund development strategy, and they receive federal funding, state funding, local funding, and also they have relationships with foundations. I'm going to try to hit you guys right in the middle there, so I can bring everyone on board, those who are just starting out, and then also those who, uh, they've raised billions of dollars, millions of dollars, and maybe it'll add to your strategy as well. So we're going to try to meet you right here in the middle. And I told the team also that I'm a father of two. I'm the oldest of seven, but now I'm a father of two. So I have a 3 and a 4-year-old. So a little bit about my purpose is I do this, CEO of NEXX and serving on boards because of the next generation, not because of some way of saying, hey, I want to serve the next generation, or I believe that the children are our future, or just some pie in the sky ideal. I have children, and I'm the oldest of 7. So I believe that every action that I take, every speaking engagement, every uh, mission that I help sharpen is building a better framework for my children, and then also my family that's coming after me as well. All right. All right, let's roll. So mission statement. For those of you that have a mission statement already, or for those of you that have not crafted your own mission statement, again, this is normally like a 6-week roughly course where I'll work through the mission statement. If you never had one, I'll help you craft one. If you do have one, I'll check it and let's refine it. So I'm gonna give you the formula to a mission statement. And again, this presentation will be emailed out to you so you can refer back to it in the future as well. So a mission statement is a clear, concise statement. I'm gonna slow down a little bit now. I wanted to pack that in. A clear, concise statement that defines what your organization does, who it serves, and how it creates impact. Your mission statement is something that's a very short, concise statement. It's clear, it's concise. It's typically 2 sentences. Typically, it could be 3, but then you start to get into a longer. It just depends. I like a 2-sentence mission statement, and it's concise. It's who you're focused on, what do you do, and whom you're trying to make that impact on. Here's a cheat sheet, the mission statement formula. So your organization's name, no matter what the name is, some individuals like to say we. They like to put in, I like to be specific, and I like to say NEXX Consulting Group, right? I like to put that name in it because you're going to remember my name. You're going to remember it. So your organization name does what? What do you do? All right. So I'm going to, normally we would, I have 40 minutes. I would normally workshop this and do a live session and then have an individual spitball one to me. But what we're going to do is I'm going to give you the formula and framework and you do the work. All right. Your organization's name, and then does what? What do you do? And then who are you targeting? For whom? And then to achieve what outcome?
Vance,
When
can
you,
I ask you a question? Is it
oh,
okay?
absolutely. Yeah, and I can't see your face, so I don't know who's
Yeah,
speaking. I
this is
apologize.
Juan,
A little while.
son of Emma and Juan Sr. Uh, okay. I don't know. Just had to throw the lineage out there just in case folks are wondering. Um, can you speak to the does what? Because I think oftentimes that is one of like, oftentimes we're either too broad or too specific and we have not really worked through. So, I mean, can you give us an example of a good does what, right? Like we help families better take care of their dog, or is what we're doing as an organization is helping to end the loneliness epidemic by connecting families to, right? Like, how big should that idea and that goal be for the does what?
It does what in the mission statement, it should be as specific as possible. So what we're going to get into in a few more minutes is the vision. So mission and vision is going to be the broad long term, because it's going to uh, you want to be as specific as possible, whether you're a housing organization that's looking to build out housing for first generation families. Like a CDC would be CDC Community Development Corporation. Someone, if they're looking for first time homeowners, this is so narrow that anyone that picks it up, it will give you. So I'm under the framework of you will get a yes or a no from a funder by your mission statement. It's because it's very narrow, and a funder, and that's a good thing. A funder that's funding healthcare or health equity, and they see your mission statement of funding or building first-time homeowners in the CDC, for example, they'll say, "Wait, that's not what we do." You want to get that no because you want to make sure that we're going to get to funder alignment, I think in like 10 slides after this. But you want to be very specific in your mission statement. If you haven't crafted a mission statement before and you need assistance or you need help, one way, it's not in this presentation, but one way to workshop it is to ask friends and family, ask those who are individuals like myself or like Juan. Some may say, oh man, I think it's too broad. Hey, I think it's too narrow. But like I said, in this presentation, I'm going to target it right in the middle because some individuals believe that the mission statement should be a little broader. I'm under the persuasion, and how I teach it is that it's very narrow. When you couple your mission statement with your vision statement, if you have a mission statement without a vision, then I would make it broader. I would make it a little more appealing to the more broader community. But I believe that organizations, no matter if you are for profit, no matter man, I have a whole nother clinic where I just have the presentation on mission statements, and it's tons of examples of mission statements, and it take me too long to go through each mission statement, and there's different types of mission statements, but that is like a overview that I will do a very specific mission statement, and you can literally follow this formula. If you are a baker, you're baking, if you're a small business owner and you are a baker and you're baking cake, My First Bakery bakes cakes for single family moms who are looking to jump into their first job, looking for their first job, or it can be very, very, very specific and targeted. I would take this formula and then I would workshop it. I will make sure that if you haven't created one before, just fill in the blank. Think about some time. Even if you haven't even created a name yet, sometimes that helps you think about a name as well from the ideation. There's individuals that I've helped where they know that they want to fund African American. An example. They want to fund African American technology first time founders, and they didn't have a name for it yet. They just knew what they wanted to do. So we worked backwards in. So we worked from the purpose statement, then we moved into the vision statement, and then we moved into the mission statement, and they didn't have a name yet. But we just filled in the blanks, and then you keep refining. And one way also to garner support is, as you are, I'm not going to spend too much time on this, but as you are thinking about your mission statement, as you are trying to workshop it, and you are looking for individuals to either join your board, join your team, or they could be even potential funders. Funders love to co-create with you. So let's say, for example, so I've had foundation leaders where we worked inside of the mayor's office on several projects, and if they're at the forefront of you of the creation of the fund or the creation of the priority, and they have their thought leadership in it, they have the opportunity to say that they was a thought leader with you. And more than likely, they're going to build in their principles, their framework within your mission statement. If this is a large funder or an investor, more than likely they'll fund you later, but you without you even asking, because you built it in with them. So if you're in the creation stage of your organization, uh, workshopping your mission statement on your own, and then asking people like Juan, asking family, friends, and do not be offended if someone says, "Man, I don't know about that," or that's free advice. Keep going, keep uh, working that mission. Vision statement is a forward-looking statement that describes the future of your organization. It describes where you're going, and it's an inspirational picture of that long-term impact. Uh, this can be, this will be very broad. So you can have it where you're eliminating poverty inside of your community. I've seen vision statements for the organization itself, and then vision statements for the program that you're looking to deploy as well. It's a forward-looking statement that will impact the work that you're doing, and it's future focused, it's inspiring, it's ambitious. It also is directional. There's many types of organizations that can um, uh, build out a vision statement that is uh, so large that you're impacting the world. So, for example, a vision statement not only is a future view, but it's a world view. Uh, I probably, I'm glad it's being recorded, because in the beginning of the conversation, or in the beginning of the call, you may have heard me say being a good global citizen, a corporate citizen. That's an organization, that's a business, that's you may be working a full-time job now, and your 9 to 5 is a large corporation, and they're already impacting the world. But your organization, the thing that you're trying to build, and the organization that you're building, or maybe you have worked for a larger organization, that future worldview, think about changing the world. Uh, uh, it's a vision statement. I was a part of a larger corporation, as I stated before, and it was a wonderful opportunity to work with. It was called a organization called Bold, Black Organization for Leadership Development within JP Morgan. It was an ERG, or it was a BRG, ERG, Employee Resource Group, or Business Resource Group. And they had a larger vision of, each state had their own vision statement, mission statement, but then there was a global board that served the global needs of the entire corporation. Whether you are a small organization, for example, my consulting firm, we're based in Detroit, but we have a global vision of impacting the world through one, whenever we connect with different networks, different corporations, we have a future view of how we see the world. My my vision for NEXX Consulting Group wants to change the way that we deploy capital in communities across the world, not just in urban cities, but then also how can we bring social entrepreneurship and social impact um, structures from the UK, from where it's mainly from the UK and from different parts of the world, right here in the United States. So I serve on a board called the it's called Social Enterprise Association, and they are a national organization that does social impact work as well. So as you are thinking about your company, your business, your nonprofit, how you want to change the world that will result in your ultimate impact. Are you looking to eliminate poverty? Are you looking to eliminate educational poverty? Meaning that I'm a first generation college student, so I have a desire to eliminate the barriers to education. You can really big in finance, so I love when we have vision statements that's related to housing, ownership, equity, as well as different types of uh, financial literacy as well. So vision statement, you dream big, you just literally plug it in. How do you envision the world through your business? What do you what do you want to change? Why did you start that business? This is not your why statement, but your vision statement impacts your why, and that results in that ultimate impact. It's a North Star. And as you are going through this, either by yourself or with your board, you can literally print this off and literally you can write on it, if you will, and you can go through with your board or your investors, or if you have a personal advisory board, which I highly recommend those that are you consider who are advisors as well. All right. And it stretches your imagination. It stretches it. That vision statement, if someone saw your vision statement, which is 2 to 3 sentences, they would say, man, how in the world are they going to do that? And then they'll point to your mission statement. This is how we're going to do it. The vision is big picture. Mission is like, oh, tactical, how we're going to do it and by we're gonna if you think about vision statements like the big elephant, like I'm gonna eat the elephant, and then mission is I'm gonna do it one bite at a time. This is how. All right. All right. Purpose statement. Now, some would say that I would have the purpose statement inside of your toolkit. Your mission and vision is on your website. It's every board member, every investor, every uh, and some would say that your investors don't need to know what your mission and vision statement is. And then coming from the capital side, I would say that they should, and it's important that they not only know it, but they can speak to it. Because if they don't, then is that the right investor for you? There's good money, there's bad money, there's good investors, bad investors. But that's another story. But mission and vision are the core that you should have on your website, or your board members. If you're a nonprofit, your board members should know it. If you're a for-profit, your team, your investor team should know your mission and vision. And your purpose is that why. This is why you get up every day. What drives you and why your business exists. And it reflects the core motivation behind the values behind your work. If you are, you're not just creating widgets, just to create widgets. I'm speaking to a equity incubator where there's a deeper meaning of why we're doing our work. So that purpose statement, it will look similar to the vision statement, but and it will also sprinkle in with the mission as well. Like I said, this is like a six-week course where literally we'll go through each step and then a workshop and show you how to create each one as well. But a purpose statement is values driven. It will look very similar to your vision statement. It's authentic, it's passionate, also it's motivational. It's almost like a tagline that if someone read it, they would you are they would not only believe with you, but it will motivate them to do something. So the purpose statement is the why, and you pull on the why of others. And then the vision statement, when you connect the purpose and the vision casts that wide vision of, oh man, we could change the world together. And then that mission is that tactical reason why. And that's the reason why I said that you want that mission statement to be very specific, because you have a framework, a vision, a purpose, a statement that's motivational, aspirational, and also motivational, and it will looks like it will transform the world. When you're writing grants, when you're writing fund development strategies as well, when you have that big vision of why, yeah, it feels good to the funder, but then that mission will show the funder whether you're aligned with them or not. You may have the framework, but you may not have the footprint. The mission is the footprint of you taking the steps every single day of this is what we're doing it, or what we're doing it, why we're doing it, and how we're doing it is again through the mission. But the purpose statement is your core motivation, and because we believe it's a fundamental belief about that change. It's beyond profit. It's beyond making revenue. It's that emotional connection. You're pulling on the heartstrings of funders and founders, and it's the foundational truth. With your purpose statement, um, some are bold to put it on their website, and I like to do that as well. But with the purpose statement, if someone is reading it, not only will they be motivated by it, they're it's like a hook, a fishing rod, right? So if you had a fishing rod, I don't know if you go fishing or not, but if you had a fishing rod and you had the rod in your hand, the handle itself is the mission. It's something that's very close. It's tactical to you. As you move, the rod moves, and then the vision statement is that the long pole with the extension rod, where as you cast it out, you're going far, wide, and then the purpose is that hook, the hook that reels in the whale. So they're reeling it in, but what are they coming back to? Is your vision large enough to pull in that large funder? You have large national funders that fund many different things, but if your vision isn't scalable to them, isn't large enough to make impact in the community or the communities that they serve and that you serve, then it's really critical that you articulate in the fund development proposal, in the RFP, or in the application, that your mission and what you do, how you do it, your vision of your scalability of your scalability isn't anyway. So your ability to scale, as well as your purpose, that why behind everything that you're doing as well. Which leads us, I know I have 15 minutes, but which leads us to delivering that value. As I'm speaking, I really hope that you're able to see and hear that when you're writing your proposal, when you're writing your grant, when you are creating this momentum every time you write a grant. Again, I don't know if you have written grants before or if you have not, because I'm speaking to a large audience. But as you're writing your grants, whether it's for $100,000, or I'll go smaller, if it's a $25,000 grant, all the way to, you know, a multi-million dollar grant, and it depends upon the industry and the segments that you're writing upon. But each grant that you write, each application that you write, you will get more no's than yeses. I'll be blunt with that. You will get more no's than yeses, but you knowing your value, you knowing that you're doing the right thing, and as you are writing these proposals, you're able to see what funders are looking for and the areas of opportunity that your organization needs to strengthen on or build upon, as you get feedback on why the no. Maybe it's political alignment, maybe it's funder alignment, maybe it's not the right time for them. Maybe this is the first time that you're applying for an opportunity, and your mission, your vision, your purpose is in alignment with what they're doing, but the value that you're bringing quantitatively and qualitatively does not align with the funder, because they see other organizations that may have a larger footprint, and their return on investment is better utilized in another organization. That doesn't mean that you're not delivering value or not delivering good work. It just means for that funder. But now you understand how to grow and how to position yourself as an organization that will have that impact. And that's the reason why you have a 5 or 10-year fund development strategy, so that you can show funders that you are here today. You're saying no today, but your no was not now, because we're coming back and we're going to be bigger, better, and more sustainable as well. So delivering value is qualitative and quantitative. It's measurable, quantitative. What value are you bringing? How many, if you are a CDC, Community Development Corporation, or if you are like I said, a baker, or let's say you are a youth development organization, a CDC, how many houses are you, how many houses are you building? How many houses are you rehabbing? But then why are you building these houses? Why are you why not only building them, but why are you rehabbing them, and for whom? And why are you doing it? And then as a CDC, what community are you impacting? And then long term, if you do it over and over again, what is that community value that you're bringing? What is the qualitative value that you're bringing? You're breaking generational poverty. You're breaking family generational lineage of homelessness, chronic homelessness. The value that you're bringing not only to the community, but then the value that you're eventually having to the world, because you're breaking down poverty, you're breaking down family generational poverty through home ownership, through equity, as well. Then, like I said, if you're a baker, for example, and I'm using that as just a trade example where you're baking cakes, but how many cakes are you baking? Are they custom cakes? Are they cakes that are not only custom, but are they is there something special about your cakes? Why are you baking cakes? Are you providing jobs in the community to teach other, maybe their second chance, individuals that came from prison, or those that are youth development, where this is their first time having a job? Are you teaching responsibility through the cakes that you're baking? Maybe the cakes aren't maybe they're custom, maybe they're not custom. If they are custom, maybe it's your process, and you have the best cakes in the world. They taste so good that they melt in your mouth, and you're really selling that value on the experience of that cake. Or maybe it's bringing community together, and it's not the best cake, but the process that went into building that cake. You're transforming lives, whether you're transforming taste buds or whether you're transforming lives. you need to articulate that value as a baker of what you're producing, how you're producing it, why you're producing it, and how that aligns with the funder that you're providing, that you are linking up with. If it's a health funder that you're a baker, maybe not only they're gluten free, but then also the organic qualities of that cake, of that baked good, ensuring that not only GMOs aren't in it, but that it's so wholly prepared that it reduces diabetes inside of the community. And by partnering with hospitals, by partnering with different health equity initiatives that are in your community, you're transforming the community and you're breaking down generational health inequalities inside of your community because you're providing these baked goods. The value that you're bringing quantitatively and qualitatively, and you're linking it with funder uh, funder uh, priorities as well. It's actionable and it's scalable. So with each cake that you bake, or with each house that you build, or like I said, a youth development, with each child that you're helping to connect with through mentorship or through the after school programming. How does your program quantitatively and qualitatively transform that child's life, which will impact their micro, meso, and macro familial organization, their ecosystem, their family, their loved ones, their friends? How are you impacting them? Are you breaking down educational barriers because you're mentoring them and you're providing education in such a way that you're tutoring them and giving them STEM training? You're giving them access to standardized testing before they even take the test, and you're doing it free of charge, or you're doing it at a reduced rate, and now you're helping to eliminate poverty, educational poverty, as well as financial poverty, because you're giving them the opportunity to study after school, and at the same time, the family or the parents, they have the opportunity to work. So now they don't have to worry about childcare, and now they don't have to worry about them where their child is and getting in trouble. As well as the recidivism and moving into different egregious activities that are not conducive for young children who are in communities that are threatened by gang activity, that are threatened by different threats and drug activity. You're keeping them in a safe environment, and you're impacting community, you're impacting families. So thinking about the value that you're bringing to that child through your actions, through your program, and how it impacts their family, how it impacts their generations, as well as how it impacts the community and how that community impacts the world. When you're thinking about national funding, when you're thinking about local funding, and when you're thinking about regional funding, it's all interconnected. So the value that you're bringing, and you want to be specific on that quantitative action that you're delivering, how to deliver that to the stakeholder group, how to deliver that to the group that you are targeting, how to make sure that with each cake that you're baking, you're impacting X, you are bringing together X, you are eliminating X. It's that unique approach or method that you are delivering, whether you are a baked goods provider, or whether you are a youth development organizer, or you are building out capital for multiple stakeholders. That specific item that you are providing, is critical that you are understanding the quantitative value and the qualitative value that you're bringing as well. I have a few minutes and I'll go through funder alignment really quickly here. And I have just a couple more slides and we'll be done. But funder alignment, for example, financial services. I don't know the names of the businesses that are on the call or that will listen to this call in the future. But if you are, for example, inside of financial services, you are a fintech company, you're a startup, or you have a financial literacy program within your nonprofit, or whether you're a credit union or a CDFI, that financial focus, the financial inclusion. Um, we are, you want to be politically agnostic, unless you are a policy organization that that's looking to advocate. Uh, but as far as a nonprofit or for-profits strategy, it should wholeheartedly be agnostic, if you will, so politically bipartisan, if you will, and it transcends political parties. So financial inclusion, ensuring that people of all ages, creeds, backgrounds have access to capital, and that they understand financial literacy, whether you are learning how to balance a checkbook or whether you are learning a middle market company treasury structure, building out your framework if you are a financial institution, and aligning it with different funder focus. So you'll hear economic mobility, that's equal to wealth building. You'll hear small business incubators that are looking to fund with, for example, here in the state of Michigan, we have something called MEDC, it's called Michigan Economic Development Corporation. Each state has an economic development corporation that gives resources to small businesses, that gives resources to nonprofits, CDFIs, or startups that have the financial component that's teaching financial literacy, that's teaching access to capital. And as you can imagine, something like this is a free workshop that you're attending, and it's a way to build out that funder focus. Whether you're healthcare and access to health equity and access to care, preventative care. I was talking about, I connected, if you saw, the baker with healthcare. I've connected the baker, someone who's creating baked goods and reducing exposure to diabetes, and how to line that up with a funder who has a health equity focus. So I don't want you to just to think about, if you are a engineer and you're saying, wow, why on earth would we apply to a organization that mainly funds hospitals and that mainly funds mental health services? When you're an engineer, or I'm gonna say software engineer, and you're developing software that's, I have a client that has developed a software program where it's public information, but they have a great opportunity to help homeowners, consolidate their daily activities within the home. So the maintenance of the activity, for example, and reducing stress is a health equity option. When you are a engineer, you are coding, whether you're an electrical engineer, whether you are a software engineer, the skill set that you're bringing, the CTO experience that you're bringing, the chief technology officer, whether you're a consultant as an engineer, whatever technical expertise that you're bringing to the ecosystem, you're alleviating stress on the system by giving that system or that community access to the technology gifts, skills, talents, or services that you're bringing. And you're providing that access to not only technology, but then also you are reducing and alleviating stress. So mental health, services and mental health funders, they look for innovative connections between who you are as a business and who you are and what they're looking to fund, because they don't want to fund the same thing all the time because it's overlap. And because it's overlap, they're looking to diversify their portfolio. And no matter what business you have, no matter what organization you're a part of, they're going through that exercise of mission, vision, purpose, value. and going through the framework of say, okay, here's our mission statement today. Is this in line? Okay, vision statement. Do we have one set up? All right, let's plug it in. It will start to think about the different types of funders that are linked to the services that you're providing. So I provided like a loose net of from environmental to technology to social services. And this will be emailed out to you as well so that you can start to link together some of the funders focuses that funders are looking for. I did not put specific funders on there because, as you can imagine, funders change priorities all the time. And you want to think about your framework as what we do, how we do it, mission, vision, purpose, and why we do it, and then linking it with your funders that will pop up, and they are popping up all the time as well. I have 60 more seconds, and create your elevator pitch through your mission, vision, purpose. You should know it, and everyone else should know it too.